Yo, what is up guys, it's the Goblin. I'm back here with another video for you guys, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys 5 amazing class setups for nuclears and for 100 plus kills, and basically just good gameplays overall in public matches on Black Ops 3. Now I know I do a lot of videos about class setups, but in my personal opinion, I've been playing Call of Duty for years now. I've probably been playing for about 6 or 7 years, and class setups are the most important thing in the game. Now I always get questions about class setups, every day I get hundreds of questions about it. I have a ton of videos covering different class setups for rushing, for sitting back more, for all sort of playstyles, but this video is specifically going to focus on class setups to help you guys get higher kill streaks, get more kills, and stuff like that. Obviously nuclear and 100 plus gameplays. We're going to cover class setups, we're going to cover specialists, we're going to cover score streaks, all a little bit in this video. So let's get right into it. If you guys could leave some feedback on this video, either a like or a dislike when you guys are done watching, I'd really appreciate that. That would mean a lot to me, as well as drop a subscription if you guys haven't subscribed already. It does help out the channel. So let's get right into it. I've designed these 5 classes for you guys first of all. Now, me personally, I'm always experimenting with different class setups. I have the ones that I like, and you guys can see my progression throughout the year of different class setups. These are 5 of the class setups I'm rocking with right now lately, and I'll explain the difference in all of them and the reason why one of these class setups might fit better to you. So the first one I have here is a KN-44. Now this is your standard sort of slow playing assault rifle class setup. I have stock, extended mags, and long barrel. Now you guys notice I don't have quick draw, I don't have grip on this class setup. This is not really a Russian assault rifle class setup. Stock and extended mags are pretty much, I require stock in pretty much all of my assault rifles. Definitely does help out with the mobility. And long barrel is very, very, very underrated as an assault rifle attachment. It's so good at medium to long range at all. And this class setup here is your standard assault rifle one. What I do here is I invest the same amount into perks and attachments. 3 attachments, three attachments, and then obviously what I mean by that is I have the 1 extra wild card going towards perks and the 1 extra wild card going towards attachments. Now what I have for the extra wild card on the attachments is the long barrel, which is very useful, and then on perks I have overclock and 6th sense. So basically how this class setup is set up, I do have scavenger, so you're not going to have any problems running out of ammo. I don't have fast hand, which I think is one of the best perks in the game. However, with fast hands, without, if you don't have fast hands and quick draw paired together, it's not really that strong, especially on an assault rifle. It could still be strong by itself on an SMG, but on an assault rifle it's not really needed. I have overclock to help you get your specialist faster. We'll talk about specialists a bit later in this video. 6th sense is always just a good thing. I find that not many people in public matches run hardwired, which hardwired is basically the only way to counter 6th sense. Not many people run that, so 6th sense is a very, very useful perk, and I've been starting to run that very, a lot in Call of Duty these days. Now, the next class setup that I have here is one that I showed off in my one of my latest videos. It was the M8A7 class setup, and this class setup is heavily invested into perks. M8A7 is one of the best guns in the game. I've stock and quick draw on it. Obviously, with quick draw, I have that paired with fast hands, like I've said before. And this one is a flak jacket, overclock, scavenger, fast hand setup. This is more of a sitting back class setup. You have flak jacket if they try to nade you out. You have overclock to help you get your specialist, to help you build up to those kill streaks or towards that nuclear, whatever you're trying to go for. And this class setup is obviously one of the best class setups in the game for public matches. I say, I don't know why I'm rocking this camo. I think that's what I rocked in my live comm. Obviously dark matter, they need to upgrade the camos in the game. Like, these camos are so bland compared to dark matter. Even the black, the black market camos, the moving ones, I mean, this one, they're just kind of distracting. I find dark matter to be the sexy camo, and diamond doesn't look bad as well on the M8A7. Now, this next class setup that I have for you guys is a Weevil class. Now, the Weevil is a cool SMG. A lot of people say the Weevil is a bit weak, but I take advantage of this. The Weevil is an SMG that doesn't require 3 attachments. You don't really need any attachments on the Weevil, to be honest. If you have a gun with no attachments, the Weevil is probably your best bet. I throw in quick draw and grip just to help me out a little bit. If you are very comfortable, you could swap out that grip for a rapid fire. Rapid fire is probably one of the best attachments on the Weevil as well. And then this is sort of a really high rushing class setup. I have afterburner, thrusters have faster recharge rate, really helps you with that movement. 6th sense, very good for rushing. And then I have fast hands and hardwire. These are basically the best. This is sort of like a Marka J class setup. I did a video on that. This is something that the Market J would use. A very good Russian class setup. Blast Suppressor, keep you off the map when you're doing all that thrusting with Afterburner. This class setup can be very, very good, and this is definitely an amazing class setup. Once again, Rapid Fire or Grip, that's personally up to you, but the Weevil I think is very cool because, as you guys can see, I have 5 perks on this thing. Most people playing in the game will have 3 perks and the waste slots on secondaries and grenades, which can be useful only if you're using them right. I see so many people use double grenades or double tacticals in a lethal, and they never end up throwing their grenades at all, and it's just such a waste when you could have had 2 extra perks or an extra attachment. And that's why this class setup really gets the best bang for your buck, and that's why I really do like this Weevil class setup. The next one we have here, this is sort of your ultimate camper class setup, or not even camping. This is just for someone who likes to, maybe you're playing Nuketown or Combine, and you like to just hold down the middle of the map. 48 Dredge, stock, fast mags, just really good attachments for the LMG, a very slow gun to use. And then I have Ghost, Flak Jacket, obviously sitting back, keep you off the minimap a little bit, Tac Mask, and Flak Jacket, so if you're sitting behind a car head glitching, they can't grenade you out, or a standard thing people will do is try to flashbang you out or stun you out, but that's not going to work when you have these attachments. As well, you have Hardwired, so you won't be able to get hit with those counter UAVs or EMP grenades, trip mines, all this sort of stuff. It basically just gives you the ultimate protection as well as Scavenger. This is a good class setup for posting up, and obviously the 48 Dredge is a hidden god gun. This thing is just as good as the M8, probably even better. The M8 is better if you want to be moving around more. The 48 Dredge better for sitting back more. This is another amazing class setup to get 100 plus. I got 100 plus with a very similar class setup to this in a live commentary. And then the next class setup I have for you guys is what I say. I've said so much, like the VMP is probably one of the best guns and the best classes in the game, especially for SMGs. And usually I run it with 3 attachments here. Like I'd run Quick Draw, Grip, and then Fast Mags. But I'm mixing it up a little bit because I find that throwing on a secondary, the secondaries are really overpowered in this game, and it took me a while to notice that, but LCAR 9 and RK5 are super overpowered, as well as the Marshall 16 if you guys have it. These ones are really overpowered. MR6 it's okay, strongest damage, but these ones I find the more automatic machine pistols are so strong. And then what I run with this thing is Flak Jacket, Tac Mask, a Scavenger, Fast Hounds. Obviously Fast Hounds goes with that Quick Draw, and then I run the Stun Grenade. And the reason the Stun or the Concussion Grenade helps me out so much is because Scavenger replenishes your stun grenades. So if you're using this class as a rushing class setup, you can just keep replenishing that stun grenade, and whenever you get into sort of a tough gunfight, I just chuck that stun grenade, make that gunfight easy for myself. And this is a really good class setup for getting nuclears. For getting 100 pluses, I'd suggest that these more overclock class setups, you can run overclock with something like combat focus, and that will really help you to get these 100 pluses. Let's talk more about specialists real quick. So for specialists, for going for these gameplays, there's pretty much only 2 that you want to run. And the 2 that you want to run are either the Scythe. Obviously, the Scythe can get you a crap load of kills. Even after all the nerfs, it's still one of the best specialists in the game. The Scythe, the kills that you get with it count towards the nuclears. Obviously, they count towards 100 plus. Everything counts towards that. As well as the other one that I like to run is Combat Focus. This one is pretty much required. If you're going for 100 plus, you need Combat Focus because it's going to help you get those kill streaks so often, and it's going to make getting kill streaks so much easier, especially in a game mode like Kill Confirmed and Domination. Those are the best game modes for nuclear, in my opinion. Kill Confirmed and Domination. These are the 2 specialists you want to stick to. If you are really good at rushing and you like going for nuclears by rushing, you could use Psychosis or Kinetic Armor, but I find that these ones are just the standard 2. You're never going to go wrong with a Scythe or a Combat Focus, and those are ones I've been rocking for the first 6 months of the game. Pretty much religiously, I've been rocking those 2 things. Now, for score streaks, there's a big debate. For going for nuclears, the best score streak setup is probably the UAV, counter UAV, and Hater, because a nuclear, you're going to need all those gun kills. If you have all these rocking with a Scythe, you could probably get 10 kills with your Scythe, 20 kills with your gun, bam, you get a nuclear. However, for going for 100 plus kills on the smaller maps, I say it's better just to run something like this. This is a kill streak that I've got countless 100 pluses with on Nuketown, just running these medium score streaks with an overclock sort of combat focus. You can get these score streaks like 5 times a game. Obviously, you set up a sentry gun on Combine, Nuketown, Aquarium. You guys can just think Fringe. It's going to go ham. Same with the Cerberus, same with the Talon. But obviously, if you're playing for those more 100 pluses on maybe a bigger map, the Wraith, Hater, oops, what am I doing here? The Wraith, Hater, and Raps, you can never go wrong with this setup. This setup absolutely goes bonkers on any sort of map. And the only thing about this class setup is it is kind of hard to get. However, if you get this 2 or 3 times a game, you're pretty much guaranteed 100 plus. And if you're running for a nuclear, I'd say just stick with those non-lethal kill streaks. However, you could also, some people have debated whether it's better to run to go for a nuclears to run sort of like something like this, a UAV hater wraps, because when you get those wraps, they can be really distracting to the enemies and can actually help you get more gun kills. It's all debatable, it's up to personal preference, but hopefully these 5 amazing class setups help you guys go for nuclears and for 100 pluses. I think these class setups will help you guys. If there's anything you guys need as far as class setups or questions that you have about class setups, specialists, score streaks, let me know down in the comment section down below. This weekend, I'm actually going to be at MLG Anaheim all weekend, but I'll try to get to those questions in the comment section. And even if I don't respond to your questions in the comments, I'll try to, respond to them in future videos. So if you guys made it to the end of the video, I'd really appreciate if you guys could drop a like on this thing. Comment 5 if you made it to the end of the video. Leave a comment saying 5. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe for Cookie and don't looky. Have a great night, guys, and I'm out. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.